Yeah, and that goes into the Kundalini again.
Yeah.
And so the serpent has been made with Christianity and things like that to be a demonic thing, or an evil thing. And it's not. It's actually the creation. Like, I've forgotten the story of the Bible where the serpent was the bad thing, but the picture of the serpent and then the wings, that's enlightenment. And that's the energy of the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah, the caduceus, and then bringing the Christ oil back up to the pineal gland is what it is showing too. Is 100%.
Yeah, and that brings the crown over as well. So I mean, even that in itself is like the dragon with the wings, right? And coming into that godlike creature.
People don't even realize, like St. Patrick's Day too, and St. Patrick driving out the snakes out of Ireland. That's a whole thing in itself.
And we're going to go back into the dragon thing again. The ancient bloodlines and all the houses of the monarchy usually had dragons in there, the ones with the dragon bloodline, which actually ties into, we really want to get into all this, the Anunnaki and, the first races that came here have the dragon bloodline, which is the fallen angels, which is the Grail story, which is like ties into everything here. And I get goosebumps all over me talking about this because this is the story of Earth.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to tap back into that consciousness where we can create from that powerful space again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to talk about some of that again. The Anunnaki and stuff, because there's a lot of misconceptions, I think, about.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I keep trying to tell people is, like, I see so many people like looking for like Galactic Federation, aliens, something outside of themselves to come and save them. And I keep trying to tell people, don't look for anything outside of you to save you. Start working on building yourself up. Start saving yourself every day. Or like if you want to save the world, start saving. Be the change. Stop waiting for it.
Yeah, that's so right. Yeah, you got to work on the foundation that's yourself. Like, you are the foundation of your life. Like, yeah, you need to work on self and find God within. Like, all of those stories are within us. So, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the foundation, God is within all of us. So, we got to be doing our part.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we're talking, like everything's energies. So like people don't know whether you're conscious or unconscious. Well, now I'm telling you now, so you're conscious. Like, you're doing energy work all day. Like, when I'm practicing telekinesis and stuff, I'm doing more than just practicing telekinesis. I'm transmuting energies all day, like turning bad energy into good energy, and we're doing way more than we even realize. And like, that's why a lot of people, some people that say this, I've known this for a long time, like non-verbal, like autistic people, they're just doing so much energy work, guys. They're doing a lot of energetic work. That's why they're taking too much energy into their bodies, is really what I think is what's going on. So
I love that. Yeah, I've never thought of that before. That's really cool.
Yeah, the more I look into like autism and stuff, the more I realize like that's like just pure light energy. A lot of it, what's going on there. And that's why you see like kids walking on their toes, because we're supposed to be walking on our toes, I think, to begin with. I think us being flat-footed and our rubber shoes.
Yeah, disconnecting us. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like if you ever want to learn how to work with energy as well, one of the best things is to get outside and to start doing it from there, and to start feeling yourself drawing up. So with this macabre shape, drawing up the energy of Mother Earth and feeling that and what that feels like, and bringing down Father Sky, that golden white energy. So usually when I see this, it's like a white golden light coming from Source Creator. Mother Earth is like a dark sort of red color coming together. And then being able to work with those energies, it's so much more powerful outside.
Yeah, especially to a lot of, so, and you might not have ever experienced it, like when you go through, if you haven't gone through an awakening, you're working on going through awakening, I remember like not being able to hardly, my imagination stopped working. Like I couldn't see stuff in my mind's eye. I couldn't remember my dreams. It was like that's how you become an NPC, is by not tuning into your authentic self. But you can fix all that by doing stuff like staring at the sun, and that starts detoxing. So fasting, we just got to detox a lot of our body. What's really going on is our pineal glands are so decalcified that that's where our light comes from, is right there. So
Yeah.
if that thing's decalcified, we're not really able to tap into our imagination. And where our imagination isn't imaginary, it's like an actual, thoughts become things. You need to tap into that to be able to create things. And they don't.
It's so powerful. It's so powerful. Yeah. We can create whatever reality we want. Anything I've ever wished for has come true, good and bad.
Exactly. It's funny, I was watching.
Yeah. The power of our minds is fascinating. It really is. And to be able to break karmic loops too, like that's a big part of our journey here as like light workers, becoming awakened, becoming conscious, is breaking the karmic patterns of fear and lack and even abuse, which is rampant in the world. Greed, like the 7 deadly sins, really. Envy, all those things that have just gathered like so much density and gone through family timelines. And that's where becoming conscious and working with these energies and working on our body and our awareness and our consciousness can transmute whole entire family generational patterns.
Yeah. And part of here's the thing too, like part of becoming conscious is like every step of the way you're going to be confronted with those same fears, because you have to overcome them though. So like you have to free yourself of those 7 deadly sins and stuff, the things that hold us prisoner. We're going to have to put those in front of us over and over until we defeat those demons. But once you defeat them once, you never have to be afraid of them again, which is a cool thing. Like that's how you progress, is like keep putting it. It's the people that are sitting there comfortable, not putting themselves in a position to be uncomfortable and learn these things. If you're just looking for comfort, you're not going to be expanding your consciousness.
Absolutely. And if you're looking for comfort, you're never going to be the master creator of your life. You're going to be a passenger.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be in victim mode, probably. So each time we go up the spiral of ascension, we're going to have a new challenge. It's going to be uncomfortable. We're going to be facing fears. But it gets easier and easier the more we go up the spiral. And it gets more fluid, from my experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because we're like in a energetic shift right now. I'm curious what you think of like what's going on with this energetic shift, what that means.
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like this is tying into the polar shifts on Earth. I don't know what you think about that, but the magnetic fields shifting and time shifting. And so that's going to affect us in a collective way of shifting as well. And, you know, I think we have a choice. Either we're going to wake up or we're going to stay asleep. And there's some people that are going to wake up and be a part of that. And there's some people that may never wake up either. And they're going to be stuck in a different reality, a completely different timeline, a different dreaming, everything's going to be different for them.
This is where I get split in my thinking. It's kind of hard to think. There's definitely, I mean, one of the things I saw, and it's hard to, because I get visions, I see things, like when I'm working with Kundalini energy, it's like it picks a bunch of experiences, memories, and puts them together in a way to form like a collection of ideas to create a bigger idea. And one of them, oh man, now I got way off track. Sorry, I got lost where I was talking.
Time shifting?
Yeah.
Polarity shifting?
Yeah, I guess the big thing about the polarity shifting, I wonder that I have so many thoughts on that, because one, I already think they mess with us by saying the North Pole and the South Pole. I think they're flopped already. I think the South Pole is well, what we call the North Pole, I think, is the South Pole. And that's one of the biggest things I want to see. I want to see what's at the South Pole or the North Pole. Because I believe Mount Meru is there.
They're so fascinating, these poles.
Yeah.
They really are. And what if they're masculine and feminine too?
Well, and this is where, if I could see the North Pole and the South Pole, none of us know anything, because we can't explore our Earth. Why can't I explore my goddamn Earth?
Yeah. And what if there is the hollow Earth thing, right? So the poles, and then actually it's hollow in between, so it's like that toric field, the Earth.
Yeah.
And that's maybe the hollow Earth theory as well.
And that, like, if you're looking at gyroscopes, if you look at a gyroscope, that's kind of what I see it like kind of a gyroscope thing, and I don't know. Also, what I really see a lot in my head is just that, like, layers of layers, like an onion. Like, that's what our reality is just these, and that's how, like, I view us filtering and seeing reality, is really like you just are choosing all these layers to filter light through. And that's because we're only perceiving what we're able to perceive. Like, we have such limited perception. We're only seeing such a small slice of the actual pie, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So, like, everything is just what we're filtering things through, what we're able to use as a filter. And that's where, like, things like past and future, we have to have, like, these measuring sticks in which for us to perceive them. And that's where Kundalini again comes in, because you have a higher ability to perceive things when you're able to connect that piezoelectricity and that antenna, and you're able to connect to energy and have, like, a higher perception of your energetic body, your spiritual body.
Yeah, you're so right. And because you're clearing out your body too, you're clearing out your chakra, and you're opening up your channel wider. You can hold on to more knowledge and understand more knowledge when you're dense and when you're full of trauma and when you're at a low vibration, and your DNA is actually at a different DNA. You can't hold the codes of knowledge. You can't understand. And then when you're using Kundalini and you're opening those channels, the amount of understanding that you can receive, like some people watching this, where they're at, what the hell is this mumbo jumbo, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't even, like, it's so funny when I talk to my friends and I'm out in public and I'm in a public toilet or something, and someone's talking about, like, Kundalinis and it's so funny, and this little old granny walks out. I was like, oh. But it's quite hilarious. But yeah, our ability to be able to understand and hold that frequency for it to make sense is so much more there when we're doing that Kundalini and those exercises and bringing up our vibration, our ascension.
Yeah, it's funny too. Well, I mean, just one way in which I see it in my life all the time is just being like that, raising that vibration. A year ago today, there's no way I'd be able to, like, sit up here, being my authentic self, just talking to you, doing this, because of the amount of I'd have way too much fear controlling me. from being able to talk about the things I really want to talk about. And people don't like it. That's mind control. If you're too afraid to express yourself and like stand in front of people and speak your mind about the things you love and your joy, you're mind controlled. And that's what I had to admit to myself, is like I was being controlled by trauma, controlled by fear, controlled by things that were outside of me. But like I didn't have to be. Like there's no reason. If people don't like me for who I am, then I don't need them around. But you know what?
Yeah.
Now I find people that I do want around me. But I wouldn't have found them if I didn't start talking.
Yeah, what an amazing journey. And like once you start getting on path though as well, it's like it's a burning passion within you. Like you're channeled, it's like you're catching up to your higher self, and you're dreaming your path, and it just burns inside of you, like, you know, you just gotta do it. It's a ball of energy inside of you that nothing can stand in your way, because you've broken free of that fear conditioning.
Yeah.
And you're creating instead. You're in the master creator seat, which is beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess that's, if you want to start talking about doing, I guess, the Kundalini breathing or pranayama breathing or something now.
Yeah. So anyone that wants to join in, or if you're doing it on a replay, I'm not going to do like the full huge thing. And, you know, depending on the amount of meditation that you've done as well, like it gets easier the more that you do and the more that you can visualize. But the breath work is really an amazing way to break through and start awakening those chakras, and really start to feel it opening the third eye and the crown. So I like to use Tumo breath work, which is what Tibetan monks use sometimes. I like using that. And what we do is around, like through, and it's a little bit like Wim Hof as well, but through the mouth, so breathing in and out through the mouth. And you start filling up the stomach, and then the chest, and then up to the crown, and then out, and then out. And you're flooding your body full of oxygen, and it starts awakening all the senses, and you're releasing all the old energy. And it starts activating your lungs, and in your lungs is actually DMT as well. So it activates the DMT in your lungs. And at the bottom, so I usually do about 3 rounds. And at the bottom, we hold at the bottom. So we're breathing in and out. And then on the last breath, we breathe right up, and then we slowly empty out the lungs. And then we hold at the bottom.
Okay. All right, yeah.
And we hold for quite a while. And the thing is, I love this because it actually challenges ego. So we are so flooded full of oxygen, and all these beautiful oxytocin, all these beautiful biochemicals that are going through our body. And we're holding at the bottom. And if you haven't done much breath work before, like your ego will come up and go, you got to take a breath or you're going to die. You know, and it's funny how quick that actually comes in. Like you can just be holding your breath for only a little bit, and depending on how much trauma you've had as well, like that could be quite prevalent. That can be quite there. And so when we're holding our breath, we're sort of expanding through our ego. We're expanding through our uncomfortable bits. We're expanding through our fear, and we're starting to already incorporate that belief within ourselves and within our capabilities.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing as fasting, but on another level.
Fasting?
Yeah, once again, it's kind of like fasting, but on a higher level, even, because you have to convince yourself you're gonna survive.
Yeah, that's it. So even pushing past those few seconds of like, I have to take a breath, is challenging that fear and that ego and transmuting that. And then finding peace in those uncomfortable bits. So this already starts. So I usually start meditations with that because it starts putting you into a transcendental state. So you may feel tingling up your arms, in your head, the pressure in the third eye and in the crown. This is activating this whole center here.
Okay.
And then what I do is I start bringing in the energy. So we start bringing in energy from source. which is untapped energy. We bring that down through the chakra system.
Yeah.
Dial that. So we're bringing in the top of the Merkaba, which is the triangle that's coming down.
Yeah.
We're bringing that energy down through us, right down, down, down into Mother Earth. And then we're bringing the other triangle, the feminine, we're bringing the feminine up.
Yeah.
And we're combining that. And then we start working on the power center. And the Merkaba is actually when we start rotating those two elements, the masculine and the feminine, which you'd be really good at, and we start rotating that around our body and visualizing that. So it's almost like a cosmic egg that we're in, but in that is also like we've got a field with that, and in that is the star, the Merkaba star of the masculine and feminine, and in the middle is the lotus, and that's the lotus that starts opening up and blooming.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. I love talking about stuff.
Yeah, and that's funny.
Okay.
That's why the lotus. Yeah, these are all things. See, and they say, as you say, these are all things that like first started coming to me, is the Merkaba and the lotus flower. These are things that, because I didn't actually go look up any of this stuff. I started just drawing them and creating them, and I didn't want to look up a lot of things. I wanted to just see where my mind would take me, and
yeah.
So it's really cool. And like you said, like the all-seeing eye, triangles, the pyramids, those were all things I would just Fibonacci sequence I'd see over and over, symbols. I'd see the swastika, which is actually, they made the swastika into something bad on purpose, because it's one of the most powerful symbols, because it represents that the centrifugal force, that the spiral of energy that creates that.
Yeah, yeah, and I love that you said that about I don't read things either, and I find that I channel things, and then later it will come to me when I'm looking it up, and I'll go, okay, and that confirms that tapping into the Akashic field and into that is, you can grab all this energy. A lot of stuff on the internet too is like,
Dennis,
but you do get confirmations. Yeah.
Me and Dennis talk about this all the time. It's like we think of something and then we project out the confirmation. We attract the confirmation to us. Like, you think of it and then you confirm it by something will show up in your reality to affirm what you've thought.
Yeah. And who placed that there? You did.
Yeah, exactly. So
you're playing a little cosmic joke on yourself. You're like, here's confirmation.
Yeah, once you realize you're just kind of the puppeteer giving you the string yourself along all the freaking time.
Playing jokes on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. Okay.
All right, I kind of interrupted. All right, we can go back.
I'm laughing at that. Play jokes on myself all the time. Okay.
Yeah, that's how.
I'm already high. Can you feel that energy? I'm already high.
For sure, yeah.
So after you do this breath work, anyway, the energy is there, but you might start giggling, getting high, like because of all that. The oxytocin, dopamine, all that yummy energy coming through, all those beautiful chemicals that we got inside of ourselves.
Yeah.
I've
been practicing. I want people to start doing that. I found the audio for like the gateway experience and like all the breath work and stuff for and basically the gateway experience, all the stuff they use for that. And I've been listening to that and doing the breath work, and it's been that's really helped me get in a meditative state the last couple of days. It's been pretty good. I was gonna start playing that on some lives for some people. I think that would help a lot too.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I want to say one more thing that came into me is that life can be like a really happy experience. And when we start getting into this like cosmic joker sort of vibe of like this higher vibration, like a lot of it is you can spend a lot of your days just laughing and having fun, and like your life purpose is fun, and the old starts shifting away and you start living with that childlike vibration. And that's what we forget. Like when we're children, we're magical, and we have this dreaming, and we get into this, like, you can feel the magic around you when you're a child, and you create
that's
things.
always been the attack. The attack's always been on the children, because they can't have magic in the world. The whole system falls apart if our whole system is based on child abuse, guys. Like, that's what I'm trying to get across. Like, these institutions are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. But as adults, being able to tap back into that magic and that childlike state, you can just start creating amazing things by just having fun with it. Like, life doesn't have to be trial and tribulation and rape and pillage and, like, being distraught the whole time. It doesn't have to be so hard. When we start doing this work, it can start flowing, and it can start being childlike and exciting and, like, creative and bubbly and magical, and that's what we've got to remember.
Yeah. That's like, it's so hard for people to like think that we're just supposed to exist. We're not supposed to be something or do something. Like, you're just supposed to be yourself.
Yeah.
Learn who you are.
Yeah. All right. Should we do this thing? Because I've got to go pick up my kids.
Yeah, perfect. Let's do it. 1 second.
So the light body is like your vehicle, your energetic body around you. And that's what we're going to create through this. We're going to do the breath first. And then we're going to bring the energy through. And then we're going to start bringing that light body around us. So that starts healing the body. That starts regenerating the body, the mind and the spirit, and connecting to a higher frequency. So when we're spinning that light body around us, we're connecting to the higher frequencies and the knowledge and the Akashic fields, and that higher vibration of magic.
Okay, yeah.
So are you gonna breathe and do it?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so you want me to do the breath work you were showing earlier?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to guide, and I'll be doing it too. So you can do it, and then anyone else that's watching can do it as well. I'll do it on replay. So yeah, let's do it.
Perfect, I'm ready. Here, maybe I'll do, I'm going to get in a better meditative state here.
It's best done sitting up too, by the way, not laying down. It'd be interesting to see if you start levitating or something.
I'm gonna. It's gonna happen one of these days.
Yeah. All right. So just closing the eyes. And what we want to do first is to just start coming out of the mind and into the body. Because a lot of the time we're always thinking we're in the mind, our energy's in the mind. So just becoming aware of the breath coming in and out of the body. And bringing the awareness to where you're sitting, where your hands are placed. Feeling the rise and fall of that breath coming in and out. And just any thoughts that are coming in, letting them just pass by without delving into them. If you find you have a busy mind, just even visualizing pushing those thoughts to the left, away from you. Just really bring that consciousness into the body, into the heart space. Letting go. And then I'm going to start guiding the breath. So this is all in and out of the mouth.
Yeah.
And we want to fill up the stomach and then up to the crown and out. And going with any sensations that you feel. You may feel tingling. You may feel lightheaded. That's normal because we're flooding the body full of oxygen. So when you're ready, through the mouth, breathing in, up to the crown, and out. In and out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Picking up a rhythm. In, out. The flow. In, out. In with new energy, out with old energy. In up to the crown, out. In, out. So it's like a wave. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Going with the sensations. In, out. In, out. Going with the tingles. In, out. In with the new, out with the old. New energy, out. In, out. In, out. Pushing through that. In, out. In, out. Yawning's normal, that's releasing. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Last few. In, out. In, out. In, out. And then last one, big breath all the way in, up, 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 up to the crown, and then slowly letting out the breath, slowly emptying the lungs, emptying, 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 letting go of all that breath and holding down the bottom. So not breathing in, just holding and releasing. And whenever anyone needs to, breathing back whatever oxygen you need, whatever breath you need, and just taking in whatever breaths you're needing there. And just feeling into that.
Oh, my battery.
I thought that was so funny. I thought you were holding your breath for that long.
I was.
That makes sense.
I held it for a long time.
It looked like you were stuck in the up breath, like.
I do. That's when I get the most clip, when I hold the breath there. I always do that when I do breathing work. Is that one of my meditations I do? I hold 45 seconds on the top of the breath, 45 seconds of letting go of the breath, and I find that's when you have like the most visions, the most you have the most stuff happen is when you're holding the breath there.
So at the bottom of the breath, how did you feel at the bottom of the breath then?
I started feeling a lot of mental clarity coming in, and a lot of a rush of energy, really.
Yeah. So it's been able to find peace at the bottom
and
of this. Yeah.
Yeah. First, I guess once you break through first you have to break through like that first, like when you're scared, you're gasping for breath. When you break through the fear for a minute, like you get a really like lucid, for a long time there, you get like that clarity. And that's actually where sometimes where I've had my outer body experiences, and that like I've been able to breathe without breathing by taking in kind of that etheric energy, is from holding that breath and then popping out of my body, and I'll feel myself breathe in that pure chi electricity, I guess is
Yes.
so you must know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So we'll do another 2 rounds of this breath, or maybe one at a time. And then we'll start bringing the energy in. So we'll start working on bringing the serpents up. So that was just starting to get us into the transcendental state. So on this next round, when we're holding at the bottom, I just let go and see if there's any fractals or anything that comes. Like it's a moment of surrender, I guess.
Yeah.
In an ego, in a
Yeah,
surrender.
I guess that's a perfect way to say it, because I guess that's where, when you kind of surrender, that's when I've had those outer body experiences I'm talking about, was when you surrender to, I guess that's when you connect to that higher power a little bit.
Yeah.
When you have faith. When you have faith, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
You surrender.
All right.
Yeah. Okay,
Surrender.
cool.
It's all about surrender in the end, at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. See me a little better. All right, cool.
All right. So we'll go, we'll do this breath, and then we'll bring in the energy, and we'll start bringing up the serpents.
Okay.
Okay. So closing eyes again. Just a few breaths, coming aware with the breath rising and falling naturally. And then when we're ready, through the mouth, breathing in and out. In, out. Finding that wave. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In with the new, out with the old. In, out. Even moving your body if you have to when you're doing these breaths. In, out. 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 Going with that dizziness. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Finding new ground with yourself. Out. In, 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 out. Last few. In, out. In, out. In, out. And then last one, big breath all the way in, up to the crown. And then out, slowly releasing, emptying your lungs, emptying your lungs, emptying your lungs, and holding at the bottom, surrendering. And whenever you need to, come into that breath. Oh, I'm going with those psychedelic patterns if you got them. I sure do. So just being with this energy with your eyes closed. Just feeling how much energy has come through the body and where that's actually radiating out in your auric field. How far that's gone out. Just breathing in whenever you need. So we're going to be in quite a transcended state right now. We're going to be feeling quite high and quite connected. So just being with this feeling now, we're going to start pulling in the energy. So closing the eyes, we're going to go through a visualization, but we're actually bringing this consciously into us as well. So we're calling on Source Creator Light from above, white golden light, pure channel, bringing this down from above and down onto the crown chakra, activating the crown chakra, feeling any sensations that are going on there, visualizing gold.
Yeah.
And now bringing this energy down, Source Creator Light, we bring this channel of light down through our heads and we bring this down, spilling down, it's almost like a liquid into the third eye and swirling that around the third eye. Third eye being purple, just visualizing purple, feeling any sensations coming out of that area. Activating this area. Calling in Source Creator Light, we bring this golden energy down further. White golden light spilling down in a channel, down into the throat chakra. Swirling this around the throat chakra. Throat chakra being blue. I'm just really feeling any sensations, expansion, healing going on in that chakra. Source Creator Light, we call on you to come down now. Calling this down further and further, spilling down into the heart chakra, swirling this around, white golden light liquid, expanding all through the heart chakra, this area being pink and green, rays. Even if you don't see anything, just feeling, maybe that might be your strength. Maybe your strength is more visualizing. It's different for everybody. It might be both. But just believing and feeling that energy through the heart chakra, awakening this. Feeling that energy coming out and radiating through the heart. Calling on Source Creator Light, we bring this channel down further. Down, spilling down into the solar plexus chakra, just where the rib cage is, and spinning this around. Feeling these sensations through this area, bringing beautiful golden light ray to this solar plexus. Feeling that going outwards. Calling on Source Creator Light, we bring this down further now, white golden light. Further, spilling down, further and further down, just below the belly button into the sacral chakra. So just feeling that. Swirling around, healing, awakening, activating, turning into a dark orangey red color. Visualizing this ray going outwards into your auric field. Awakening this. Calling on Source Creator Light, we bring this light down further. Bringing it down further and further down into the root chakra. Right at the base of you here, dark red, swirling around, activating, awakening, clearing. This red ray radiating out of this area. Bringing this white golden light all through us now. We're connecting us from Source Creator down into Mother Earth. So sending this cord of light down through your whole body, down through all the chakras, down through the root, sending it down through the ancient layers of the earth, sending it down further and further, deeper into the earth, and right into the center, Pachamama, Gaia, Earth Star. So we're like a crystal, we're connecting from Father Sky to Mother Earth, and this is where we're going to call up the Kundalini energy, which is a combination of the white drop and the red drop. So bringing this energy up from the Earth Star, which is the dark red color, we're bringing it up, swirling it up through the ancient layers of the earth, bringing it up further and further through the more modern layers of the earth, and then we're going to start bringing that into the root chakra. So breathing it up and out of the root chakra. Really feeling this energy swirling around this area. And this energy is a combination of masculine and feminine energy. This energy is where the snakes are there. This is where the Kundalini energy resides. So we're going to bring our focus and our attention to the back of the spine. I want you to start breathing and drawing this energy up from the root into the sacral area in the spine. So breathing it up literally and visualizing two snakes coming up the back of the spine and then out through the sacral. Feeling that power and that energy there. And then we're going to draw it up again, the snake energy, breathing it up through the back of the spine, visualizing the snakes coming up and then out through the solar plexus where the rib cage is. And then feeling this burning, some people might feel burning, depending, bringing this up again, bringing the snakes up the back of the spine. Bringing that energy up, the snakes swirling and dancing together. Up into the heart space. And out. And then bringing this energy up again. Up again, up into, up the back of the spine, up the back of the spine. Into the throat and out the throat. So really bringing this serpent energy up, visualizing it's all in the spinal. And then bringing this energy up again from the root all the way up. We want to bring it up the back of the head and through the pineal and through the third eye. Visualizing those cobras coming out of the third eye. And then bringing this energy up again. Breathing it up and then out over the crown. The cobra head comes out over the crown. You might feel tingling in the crown. Visualizing these two snakes all the way up the back of the spine. Breathing it up again over the crown. And breathing it up again over the crown. Breathing it up again over the crown. Breathing it up again over the crown. And in this last breath, we're going to bring this energy all around us into a golden sphere. So bringing that energy up and then shooting it out around us in a golden egg. So you're connected to Father Sky, you're connected to Mother Earth, and you're bringing the combined energies up through you and around you. Just visualizing this golden bubble slowly rotating around you, going with any sensations in the chakras. And now we're going to focus on our sense, our power point, which is in the middle, sort of where your belly button is. We're going to be focusing on this ball of energy, which is our power center. And at the same time, visualizing this ball of energy around us. With each breath, growing that center ball of energy. And then from this center ball of energy, we're going to shoot our energy to the left around the sphere. So it comes up, out the crown, and around the sphere. Each breath, up, out the crown, and around the sphere. Until the bubble, until the ball is rotating, the light body is rotating and can start rotating at a very high speed. Visualizing the line of energy coming up through you, out and around. And while you're breathing, just visualizing those triangles, the star within your light body. We can start swirling this energy around so fast that it's like a hum, vibrating at a humming level, which is the hum of the Om, which is the hum of the universe. Start almost hearing it within your body. This is generating life force. The energy builds within this bubble. The energy builds within this light body. And then when we're wanting to come back, you can stay in this as long as you want and stay in this for hours really, but just start counting back 5, coming back more 4, coming back 3, coming back 2 into the body, coming back 1 to the eyes and opening the eyes. And just coming into the now.
Yeah, I feel so light now.
But that takes practice, you know, that's the method, but that takes practice to feel the serpents coming up and to practice with that. I can't hold it for too long. I start when I'm on camera, I start shaking and vibrating at such a level. It's, and you can hear it.
My eyes, a lot of times my eyes start twitching really, and like this, that's how I know it's like the light codes when I start, like my eyes start fluttering really bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So whenever you guys, that is connecting to Father Sky, Mother Earth, that is that we are a crystal that holds information, that transmutes stuff, that so it's really important to always connect to those two energies and then to use that energy like we're talking. It's not our own power center, it's connecting to those unlimited, untapped power centers of the universe. I've seen galaxies, that's amazing. And you can feel it in your body now, like you can feel your cells have vibrated at a level where they're healing, where they're transforming, like we're undoing radical damage on our cells. We're opening, we're transforming our DNA through that.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
My phone's kind of, okay, cool. Well, that was awesome. Where's my, I'm trying to, there you go. Awesome.
How do you feel?
Yeah, so I feel so good. I feel great right now.
Did you feel on a high?
Huh? Yeah.
Do you feel on a high? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel really lightheaded, kind of just loopy. I've been practicing. I've been actually, and I have this thing. It like really throttles like how much breath I can take in. So I've been just doing like a lot of different breathwork stuff. So I felt like I got a lot of extra out of that. I've been really focusing, especially after I quit I think the vaping really helped me quit vaping. I had to, and I'm still clearing. That's part of what's, I think that's going to be my biggest revolution is one. I'm still clearing out a bunch of gunk from vaping for the last like couple years.
Yeah, right. People are saying having amazing visualizations. Yeah, I'd love to know in the comments your visuals from that, because it can be quite amazing. You know, you can get the universal patterns, you can get the wings coming out your back, which is, you know, our energetic wings. We can get like the whole macabre visuals. Did you get any visuals?
Yeah, I see really, it's funny too, because I'm colorblind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's, some people have their own perception of colorblind, because when you're colorblind, I just see a different spectrum of light than other people, really. But what I saw was like, I see toroidal energy colors of energies. And this is when I've seen dragons and stuff before, and it's like these waves and vibrations of energies on spectrums of frequencies of energies, and it's so cool. That's what I see, a lot of sacred geometry, a lot of vibration, like these vibrational waves. And like when I'm practicing telekinesis, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing all these waves of vibrations all around me, kind of like these different scales of colors of frequencies. And I can actually like attach little strings to these waves of energy, and then I can like pull on this string, like it's like playing the harp. So I'm like pulling on this string to affect this frequency with this movement, so I can move the energy. You want to call it air, but it's magnetism. You can pull a little string to manipulate the energy in a way.
Man, you're onto it. You're onto it. And you know what? This is when we can start having fun
totally clear
with realities. With realities. So I was like, you can build realities with this stuff. Like, this is really far out, but literally, and it's all pulling. It's not like pushing. It's pulling and moving, like saying with the string, and that's so super cool.
Oh yeah, and cycling too, like just like, because all that energy is, there's a constant cycling of that feminine and masculine energy, and you're cycling your feminine and masculine energy. Everything really comes down to this feminine and masculine energy. Like I always say, like Isis, Osiris, Horus, that's you. Or Horus, that's the A squared plus B squared is C squared. That's so important, because you're the projection, where you're feminine, masculine, where they intersect, your mom and dad's feminine, masculine energy, where they intersect, you're a projection of that energy. All right, and that's where your frequency resides in, is in that. And like, you can talk about zodiac stuff, you have an equipotential for like an energetic body. Like all these potentials exist within this energy when you were born, but you have the free will to decide exactly how you are going to be. But like in this divine matrix, like, because we are like kind of born in these crystals, you know, we are like a crystal.
Yeah, well, that's the light body. That's
really
the crystal. And you know how crystals, like, well, we need to clear them as well, but they transmute and create out of that. So yeah, with the feminine, masculine energies. Yeah, so that's definitely what the snakes are, is bringing those two energies together, and then creating a third energy almost around you.
And I really, this is something interesting I should have brought up earlier too, is like, talking of like that third energy. And I want to bring this up, talking about the firmament and that third energy, because this is something I've been talking to people about. I think is, we have that same spiral of energy. That's your feminine and masculine energy that creates our DNA. And we need to, I think what we are supposed to be doing, and they've done this, is like, you can create a light body around our DNA. And they've done this in experiments, like created a light body around the DNA and removed the light source, and the light body itself stayed. So like, that's what we are supposed to do. Part of, I think, what we're supposed to do is like integrate our light bodies, our Merkaba bodies, into our DNA, and that's how we are able to have maybe like go through the firmament, have a higher perception, access higher dimensional reality.
Yeah. Access, it's our light body, so we can jump into different realities and timelines and things like that, and protect our DNA, transform the DNA from what is it, 12 strand to the 24, I think.
Yeah, well, the double helix to the triple helix.
Yeah. And that's where, if it's like, you know, that reminds me, it's like the fiber optics. So like when you got more fiber optics, which is like what the DNA is like, then you can hold more information.
Yeah, and then what was the DNA? DNA holds how many trillions of kilobytes or terabytes of memory? It's crazy how everything about like that's why I keep saying like the human body is the most advanced
biocomputer.
Yeah, technology. We're not even close to, we don't use any of it. But all right. I better let you go. It's getting pretty late. I guess Australia it's a little earlier, but I gotta go see my daughter.
Yeah. Well, that was amazing. Thanks everyone for joining in. Let me know what you think. If you're interested in sessions at all, you can contact me too on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Bring in your purpose and life more, and to work on macabre and things like that. Just feel free to reach out. Yeah,
everyone go follow. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Sian. How? Okay, you say it once.
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean. Is it like Sean?
That's Sean.
Sean.
That's it.
Sean. Okay, perfect. No. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks everyone, and thank you for having me on live.
Thank you so much. I learned a ton. I really appreciate you being on here. Thanks for all the information you've given us and for your time.
Thank you. All right.
We'll have to talk again. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.